So this is the recap for week 3 of me doing the artist way. And this week, the reading just hit me like a ton of bricks. So it was focusing on, so the title of it is Recovering a Sense of Power. And it was focusing on anger, synchronicity, and shame. Two of which I'm very, very familiar with. But the anger really kind of stuck out to me the most, partly because it was the first thing. It's the first section that you read in this chapter. And I realized, well, I get angry. I've been getting more and more angry. And as I was reading this, and when I say anger, like, I'm talking, I will have like hot angry tears of like while sobbing and crying and being angry when I pray, when I'm sitting at my desk trying reading my scriptures. And I realized that as I was reading this, that I should have been listening to that anger more. And what I mean by that is in the book it says, when we feel angry, we are often very angry that we feel anger. Well, that's true. It tells us that we can't get away with our old life any longer. And that's kind of when it hit me. What I was getting angry about was the fact that there's a part of me, a growing part, that knows that I need to make changes in how I create things and how I approach things, in my level of confidence, just things like, and change is good, but there is another part of me that wants to keep living the exact same way without making changes. And I've been letting that side of me win, or not necessarily win, but be in charge. And so because I'm letting that complacent side of me be what dictates how I act, I've been getting more angry because I know I need to change, and I'm not doing anything about it. And so that was, tears were shed when I was reading that. Good tears, but tears were shed. And I don't remember the last time that I took I think I sat in silence for 10-15 minutes or so of just like processing that realization, which was crazy. So that was crazy and so good. And I'm still working on I'm still processing that and finding myself being more accepting of the changes that I need to make in my life. So that, like, seriously, the whole chapter was so good, and was just opening my eyes to thoughts and ideas that I hadn't really thought about before, or I had thought about but I had repressed. So fun times. No, it was good. Okay, but now on to the check-in. So how many days this week did you do your morning pages? I actually got them all done. And I even before making this video, I pulled out my notebooks, because now I finished one notebook completely filled up, and now I'm working in a second notebook, just to make sure that I'm caught up on a morning page tracker that I have. And so I was just going back through the pages, checking, not reading not reading what was written, but just checking the dates at the beginning of essentially each section. And I was so surprised. I actually got all of the days done, which I'm really happy about because I thought for sure I missed some. But that was clearly the week before. That was my week 2. My week 1 and week 2 problems, not week 3. So here's to keeping that a full 7 for the remainder, for each remaining recap for this for The Artist's Way. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I do think being more focused, being like putting a greater priority on morning pages is helping, because it is allowing me to it certainly allowed me to start processing some of those feelings. So that is good. Okay, number 2. Did you do your artist date this week? Yes, I did, and it was a lot of fun. So I wasn't sure what I wanted. I wasn't, when the week started. When week 3 for me started, I didn't know what I was going to do for the artist date, because the past 2 weeks I had something already planned. And so I didn't have to come up with anything new. And then I remember that there was a media thrift store that I had heard about. And I was like, you know what? It was a Saturday. I have time. Let's go. So I went and I made the drive out there, and I had so much fun because I didn't have anything scheduled. I didn't have anything to worry about. And so I could just enjoy browsing all of the physical media that they had. And I think I went back through several rows of movies and TV shows multiple times. Just taking my time and deciding on what I wanted to get. So that was fun, but it really, it was so nice to not have to worry about time, to just be present in the moment. And then also, to be surrounded by so many movies, because I love physical media. I love collecting physical media, and it was giving me ideas on movies and TV shows that I might want to start collecting in the future. Not at that particular moment, because money. But yeah, so all in all, it was super good, and I enjoyed it a lot. So number 3, did you experience any synchronicity this week? What was it? I honestly don't remember, and I don't think the remembering that there was a media thrift store, a movie, like a DVD store, to be synchronicity. Teaser for next week, I did experience something during week 4. I did experience synchronicity during week 4, but for week 3 specifically, I didn't. Some things I'm really observant with, other things, and I would often say the things that would fall under synchronicity, I'm not as observant at. So it's possible, but I didn't notice anything. But that's okay. I will keep my eyes open in future weeks. It'll be good. Like week 4. So, and then the final thing, were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Probably, I wouldn't say it was an issue, but just the comments that I made at the beginning of the video. Someone had pointed out in my comments on a video that I had posted on TikTok about I think it was the video about me doing the artist way and talking about just what I had to be prepared for. And yeah, I think this was one of the weeks that they were talking about, and I wasn't fully prepared, but I'm glad that it happened, and I'm glad that I'm doing it so that I can actually face those feelings instead of trying to keep them hidden. So yeah, so I would say week 3 has been successful. There's still a lot of growth to be had ahead of me, I am sure. But I'm looking forward to what comes next.